Hey guys, it's Lisa from tocreateawebsite.com, and today I'm bringing you another case study. And this one, no offense to the other people that I have done case studies for, because I've been excited about all of you guys and your success. But I am probably the most excited about this one just because of the quick success that the author Ryan Schmitz has had for his site plantingdollars.com. This site was launched in December 14th, 2009. So it's a brand new site, only a month and a half old. The Alexa rank is 549,000, which is amazing, which basically means he's in the top 1% already in terms of traffic. He has had, for his only month, his only full month, which was January, he had 5,731 hits, which was from 2,000 visitors. So 2,000 visitors in just his first full month of traffic. And we'll talk about that in a second, because I know you guys are going to want to know how in the world did he get that kind of traffic. But before I get into that, let's just briefly browse around this blog. It's called plantingdollars.com, and as you can clearly see, it's a financial blog, and it has tips and advice from Ryan based on his own experience. He's really into finance, and so just like I always suggest, and many other people suggest, you should always choose a topic that you are passionate about. And it's very clear that Ryan knows this stuff, not only in just the amount of content that he has already, but just how he writes. His writing, if you take the chance to go through this blog, his writing is very personal. He knows how to talk to his visitor instead of talking at. A lot of people just ramble and there's no point. They don't use the word you enough. They're just kind of writing, and there are no breaks in their paragraphs. I love how he uses the bold and how he breaks up his paragraph. He uses different colors. He indents. It's a very easy blog to read, skim, and follow. And as you know, most people like to skim. They don't typically read every word. So breaking up your paragraphs using graphics, I love that. The South Park looking graphic. It's cool. I love how he uses crystal clear, professional looking graphics. And if you look at this blog, it's a thesis blog. Gotta love thesis. You guys know I'm a big fan of that. It's not a very customized blog. This is pretty much the thesis theme out of the box, but it works. Simple is sometimes the best. A lot of people feel like they have to have widgets, and if you look at this blog, there are no ads above the fold. And my fold is pretty large. I mean, I'm on a 23-inch monitor, so my resolution is very large, and I don't even have this screen or this browser maximized to the fullest extent because of the software that I'm using for this video. So he doesn't have any ads. I mean, you have to really scroll to get to an ad. So look there's the first one. And it's not distracting at all. You know why he doesn't have a lot of ads? Because he realizes the importance of his content. If you've got ads flashing everywhere, that's saying to people, you are more interested in making money than helping your visitor. And if that's the case, more than likely that means your writing is not all that and you think it's just about making money. And it's more than just about making money. I mean, granted, we all want to make money. That's the point of us doing this. But you have to reel them in with your content. And Ryan clearly understands that. Another thing that Ryan did when he submitted this case study to me is I knew he meant business, because he used the word business at least 10 times in his submission. And that let me know, unlike a lot of people who think this is just about a way of making money, he understands this is more than just throwing up a site. It's about learning how to be a business person. And we'll talk about that more in a minute. But let's get to the traffic, because I know you're wondering, how in the world is he getting that kind of traffic? Well, Ryan has learned the strategy, and he's learned to master the strategy of guest posting. And I was glad he mentioned that, because no one that I've ever featured has said that they really do a lot of guest posts. But Ryan tells me he did one post in January that got him 200 visitors in one day, when his blog typically averages about 90 visitors per day. So that was huge. And so he discovered you can really generate a lot of traffic doing guest posts, and it's really a good strategy. But the key is you have to choose blogs that are worth guest posting on, and you have to write something of substance. I cannot tell you how many people send me guest post submissions and they're just basically regurgitated facts about SEO, writing good content, stuff that we've heard all before. Ryan has learned how to stand out. That's why I'm featuring him today. I was going to blog about something completely different today, but Ryan got my attention because he knows how to sell himself. And that's the reason that he's had the type of success that he's had with this blog already. Another thing that he says that he does is he comments on other blogs, and he's very picky about who or which blogs he comments on. He checks their Alexa rank. Again, that's a business mindset. Why waste your time just commenting everywhere? Check the blog, find out if it's worth commenting on. And when you comment, don't just comment and say great post, actually have something of value to offer. Another thing that Ryan does is he builds relationships with other bloggers and he gets them to add him to his blog roll. Blogging especially is about building relationships. You can't really go at this alone anymore. This is really about networking with other sites, and Ryan has discovered that with this site. Another thing that he does, which is what I mentioned with Bilal's site last week or 2 weeks ago, is that he does interviews. Interviews are another great way to get people to hear about your site. You know, you've got the interviewee who loves the fact that you're interviewing them, and so maybe they'll tweet about you or link to the interview on their own site. So it's another great way to build a relationship and build traffic. As I alluded to before, Ryan understands this is a business. He knows and was able to list in the email he sent me his top 5 competitors. How many of you guys out there know who your top 5 competitors are? Do you even really know what keywords you're trying to target? Do you even know the direction that your site is going in? Ryan, again, having the business mindset that he has, he understands this is more than just about putting up a blog. He knows the type of sites he wants to beat in the search results. He has a vision. And so he not only knows his competition, but he researches their patterns and he looks and sees how they get traffic. And with all the tools out there, guys, it's so easy to do those types of things. I mean, for example, you can go to Yahoo and do link : and then put the name of the address, and then you can see the backlinks to a particular site to see where they're getting their traffic. I mean, these are the types of things that you have to learn how to do as a business person, because whether you want to hear it or not, when you decide to open up a blog, you have opened up, a blog to make money, you have opened up a business, whether you realize it or not. Another thing he told me that he does is that he puts his Alexa rank, and there it is right there, on his site to sort of remind him to work harder. A lot of people put the Alexa rank up to sort of like, brag or to say, hey, look, my site's in the top 1%. But Ryan does it to motivate him to work harder. So I love that. Again, another business-minded person. I asked Ryan to give advice to people who are just getting started. And one of the things he says is, you can't fake passion. People can tell. Isn't that the truth? How many websites have I seen where the people just put up 30 pages of content real quick? There's no picture on it. There's no personal experience. There's no engagement with the topic. And they're just sitting back waiting to make money. But if you read through Ryan's blog posts, it's clear he has direct experience with what he's talking about. Again, his articles are very, very easy to digest. I'm just clicking through here. Look at his writing. Look at this. He's got great graphics. He's got the picture of the brain. Why IQ tests make you dumb. Very clever to put the brain there. I mean, the graphics are great. And maybe, Ryan, if you can reply to this blog post and let people know where you get your graphics from, that would be great, because you have a lot of good, high-quality graphics. The other thing that he mentioned is that you have to build relationships with other bloggers. And that's what a lot of you guys either don't do well or you're afraid to do. But with blogging especially, it really is about building relationships. And that's what I talked about earlier. Another thing he does is he said he reaches out to experienced bloggers and treats them like friends. And I'm careful when I say that, because I get a lot of emails from people who are clearly just trying to put up a quick article about me just to get me to tweet the article. And then when I go to the article, it's very poorly done, or it's just, you can tell that they're just trying to get a quick backlink. But if you take the time to do something clever or something that's very well thought out or something that's very well done, other bloggers that are more experienced will take the time to pay more attention to what you're doing. And so I can tell just by the way Ryan sells himself. He just presents himself and he sells himself in a way that most bloggers don't. And so people are drawn to him. They're drawn to his writing. They realize that he means business and he's not just some kid out here trying to get rich quick. He knows what he's doing. So you have to approach this, guys, with a business mindset and take this seriously. This is not just about putting up a blog. It's about building a business, and that's what Ryan is doing. And one time he mentioned that he emailed someone a question, and I guess the question was so great that the blogger decided to use his question as the topic of his next blog post. And so he got another backlink from, someone else. So guys, Ryan, I am thoroughly impressed with what you've been able to do with a blog that is roughly 50, 60 days old. I mean, most people would dream to have 5,700 visitors in a year. You've done that in 1 month. And I can tell right away, just from the email you sent me, Ryan, that you are a go-getter. You inspire me. And for someone like myself who receives mostly, the majority of the emails I get on a day-to-day basis are questions and problems, to the point where sometimes email for me, answering email is draining. So getting an email like this from a go-getter, someone who's not complaining about this being hard, someone who understands that this is about building a business, knowing who your competitors are, knowing what keywords you want to rank high for, and going after them in any way possible, and just working hard, that is so inspiring to someone like me who spends a great portion of my day mopping up the tears from people who are crying about this not working for them. And I don't say that to be insensitive, but it really is true. I mean, the majority of my emails are people complaining because they're saying this website stuff doesn't work. And Ryan is proof positive that this stuff does work. The only criticism that I would have for this blog is that up here with your tabs, Ryan, your tabs, the tabs at the top of your blog say to people, these are my most important articles. And a couple of these articles don't have any content behind them, like the entrepreneurship. There's nothing here. So it sort of makes your blog look a little bit unfinished. So I would highly recommend you just get some content up here on these pages, because I'm sure a lot of people probably click here thinking that there's going to be some really helpful or informative information. And you always want to have your best stuff at the top. So definitely make sure you fill in this. But other than that, I am so looking forward to hearing more about your success, Ryan. I have a feeling within the next year, or by the next year, you're going to be pulling in probably at least 5 figures in a year if you just keep this up. I mean, your writing is stellar. You have a business mindset. You understand that this is not just about putting a blog up and sitting back and waiting for the money to come in. You're not just throwing up AdSense ads everywhere. You clearly have a goal and a vision for this site. And this is what I want people to see. Have a goal, have a vision, understand that this is a business, know who your competition is, and work hard. And you too can have the kind of success that Ryan has had in such a short time. You inspire me, Ryan. Thanks for letting me feature you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.